Still hot. Having a fan. Every time I get on here. Where's my... Well, I just wanted to come and share something that I've just seen because I've not watched much today because I've been out in a country park and stuff and blah blah. And it was too hot. I'm still too hot. Well, the subject is just probably random. No, it's still connected to everything, I think. But now, if anyone did see, which I keep going on about, whether you believe it or not, Q, The Plan to Save the World, the 10-minute film, I've just come across, I've got a feeling I've seen this before, but I might have forgot about it. But I just watched it, and the hairs on me, just stood up on me. I was like, oh my God, I love it. And it's called, the channel is Fresh, let me see if I get this right, Fresh Tastical, altogether, The Lie We Live. I knew my mum was going to ring. Just let me text my mother. I knew she was going to ring. I knew she'd ring. Yeah, The Lie We Live. The Lie We Live. And it's just dead good how it's put together. I think I have seen it, but I think it might have been a couple of months ago. Hi, Amanda. Thanks for sending me that link, though I knew about it, but when you're listening to it, you're just like, oh my God, Dun Bennett. But yeah, The Lie We Live, it's a bit like Q, The Plan to Save the World, if you've seen that, but it's about, obviously, The Lie We Live, which that was a bit like The Lie We Live, but this is like a little bit different than that, but still good. And I was just like, oh my God, this is so brilliant. And it's even got all about politicians in it, everywhere. But it was basically saying on it, we don't need politicians, we need leaders, a leader. Oh yeah, it was that was hard to watch. But I know about it, but it was still hard to watch. We don't need the politicians, we need leaders, we need a leader. And we know which one that is at the minute. Is Trump leading the way? Because people might say, oh yeah, but we don't need leaders. Well, we do. We do need some sort of leaders to point us in the right direction, because the politicians and all them sort of people have not been guiding us in the right direction at all. And it says it all there in this video, it's just dead good. It goes on about happiness, like the pursuit of happiness, like, Trump all the way. Oh, I got some comments on Finn's little Go Trump yesterday. Got called a CUNT. I got called a bad mother. Not only by a few people, cute kid, bad mother, stupid mother, brainwashing your child. Okay then, because you're probably not brainwashing your kids when you're watching mainstream media. Little do they know, they're not researching, so to me, they don't know nothing. But, but I also got some great comments as well, and I think he nearly got 500 views, I think, I'm not sure. I'll have to do a Trump one, about ripping children from their parents. I think I might do one on that with him, maybe. That'll trigger some people, won't it? Like the Tommy Marches, everyone get triggered. But I'll just talk about this video quick, because this is what I want. Just, if I see something, I like to come on to share it. You may have seen it, but yeah. Fresh. It's my mother again. Fresh. Tastical altogether. The Lie We Live, and it's just brilliant. It was going on about like the pursuit of happiness. Now, in the film it's showing, like kids in Africa running around being dead happy, just meaning some people with nothing compared to us in the West with mobile phones and lots of technology. A lot of us are miserable, but you get people, in different countries around the world with hardly anything, smiley faces, happy. Because I think with a lot of the stuff that we have can bring depression and sort of stuff, because especially to those, not all of us, who are chasing the Joneses. As I've always said in past videos that I've done, because like I said, my videos have always been positive. We all go through crap, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses all the time, you will never be happy because you're always chasing something. And it's always materialistic anyway, and we all know that is not real happiness. I'd rather have a handful of good friends, because people think, there's something if they've got millions of friends and millions of followers and millions of likes. It's not about that, because you don't know who's true to you. You don't know if people are just hanging around with you for a certain reason, if you've got money and stuff like that. You see migrants in France are rioting instead of celebrating. There's lots going on, but, if you're always chasing that sort of, it's not real to me. If you've got, family aren't always good, do you know what I mean? But if you've got, the family doesn't have to be your family, it can be friends, doesn't mean everybody's got a good family, or you get on with your family, so you'll have good friends. That's what people have, people get down about certain things, but it doesn't mean just because we know people in families, not everybody's got good mothers or fathers or people in the family, like I said, there's good and bad on sides of, different, you know what I mean? But if you've got a good, whatever your family is, your family doesn't have to be your immediate family, it could be friends, but as long as you've got a few good friends, it might only be a couple that you count on your hand. You don't have to have hundreds of friends and hundreds of likes. Like, I don't come on here to get loads of subs, like a few, when was it, months back, who remembers on YouTube, if you do a YouTube channel, everyone was like, the sub thing, sub me and I'll sub you back, sub me and I'll sub you back, we've got to support. Yeah, we've got to support, but I kept saying, I only want to sub to people, not because I want them to sub me back, because I like watching them. It's not about, because I'd noticed as well, people would sub you, and then you'd sub them because it was all like, support, sub me and I'll sub you back. And then they'd unsub you, but it doesn't tell you who's unsub you, because they just want the subs. And I just think it's stupid content. Yeah, and I have subbed to a lot of people. I can't get round to watching everyone all the time, but it's the little things in life that count, instead of running after the Joneses all the time. Yeah, I saw what it said. But this little film, it's not on for long again, is a bit like The Plan to Save the World. Sort of on the same lines, because it is the lie we live. And we do live a lie because, we're always... Well, it's the way the system's got us running around, working too much, working overtime, working where you're not spending enough time with your family. Hi, old crow. Nice to see you again. Working with, the way they've got us in the system is so you don't have enough time for yourself, you don't have enough time for your kids, you're constantly working, so therefore you're constantly knackered, therefore maybe depression will set in, all that stuff that, that they're trying to be, but it is a really good little film, little video to watch. It's really good. And it was also saying on it that, we have, what did it say? I did write it down. We're getting where we're getting today with all this truth and stuff that's coming out. That's why all these videos connected to everything. That's why I'll talk about it, because we're all coming together. But I'll talk about that in a minute, because the lad who did it was talking on the end. Hi, how old am I? 41. To think about that then. And then, it also said in the film, we're very good, and we have mastered the art of killing literally everything. Not just people, in wars and different things that go on around the globe. Plants, animals, this, that and the other. People, in the way that people are starving in different areas of the world, all to do with the way we farm animals these days, not grazing, the way we have loads because we're greedy. We're greedy, and it's all to do with, consuming everything. Because I did go vegan once, but I see it now in a sense, like when a lot of stuff I'm not saying not all animals graze, but the way we have them in factories today, it's too much. And a lot of the grain and seeds and things that could feed people go to those animals, because them animals have to eat because we have too much of everything. Killing free speech too, yeah, and killing free speech. So we're very good at we're very mastered in the art of killing, and this video is saying now we have to be a master in the art of living. That's why, to me, this is all connected. Trump, just all the truth coming out. Doesn't look a day over 21. Thanks. I like the lighting. But and at the end it was saying, we have an opportunity now. And the reason why we have an opportunity, you've been on a few channels I was on because people were talking to you, but I couldn't see your comments. I know it's weird that. I don't know what it is. I just think YouTube's going mad with censoring and different weird things, as we all know. But we have an opportunity now. And the guy at the end who did this video, if you go and watch it, is really good. It's not on for long. Basically said, like we have said, it's because we're connecting, because we have lost connection, as in we're always on our phones looking at other stuff. We're not connecting through, human to human, because we've sort of got our head stuck in the phones. But in a sense, it's good like this because we're connecting. And the guy was saying, we're using our screens now, like I'm on, and the people I watch and everyone putting sort of truth news out there globally, like I've said before. And that's how we're connecting, and that's how we're all coming together, because it's, it says in the film, because we are coming together globally because we can use this technology. Even though this technology, it was saying in the film, which I believe as well, they're having riots over the well, it's gonna, shit's starting to hit the fan now, really. Because though it's good and though we connect, but a lot of technology is making us lazy. So it says in the film, like, we have their textbooks they put out, their stuff they put out that they want us to learn, which isn't always the truth, as we know. But what was I going to say? I've just lost my train of thought now. With though technology is good, with it has come laziness, because like we're saying, you see all this stuff about Trump and Tommy and all the different things that are going on around the globe, and how MSM, mainstream media, lie and put stuff out and twist it. And people who are sheeple and just sit at home watching it believe it because they're lazy. Lazy sheeple, because that's what they're saying. Because we have this technology, you just believe everything you see. And you're not going off to do the research yourself, you just believe in everything on telly. We just become lazy because it's easy to sit there and press a button. Like this Alexa thing that comes into your house. I don't think anything smart that comes into your house is good. I think it's bad. World Cup win should be a happy time. Paris being smashed up. I don't even know who they're playing against. Yep, the sheeple. We'll have to check out the video. It's brilliant. It's called, I'll give you the name again at the end. I'll have to write it in the comments. It's called Fresh Tastical Altogether thing, and it's called The Lie We Live, and it's got a big eye on it with a world in it. But yeah, it's just good. It says it all there, like cue the plan to save the world, and it's just good. But you see all that Alexa stuff, what is it called? That thing, Google thing. Well, we all know about Google. If you don't, it's not been good, has it? That you can have in your house, and smart meters aren't good. All about the killer waves off that and stuff. But I don't want a bloody Alexa speaking Google thing in my house. It might be all trendy. Everyone's got to have what everyone else has got to have, because we've got to keep up with the Joneses. No thanks. It just means you're a lazy ass, because what's it going to do? They're going to, in the future, they're going to switch the lights on for you. It's like my dad was saying ages ago, we were laughing. Now, who remembers having a big, massive TV in the corner where you actually had to get off your ass and get your remote control and actually go up to the telly and switch? Oh no, you didn't have remote control, did you? You had to get off your ass and actually switch over. We saw a report on smartphones communicating with your smartphone. Oh yeah, but like back in the day, you had a big brown telly and it was massive with a big back on it, not like these flat things now. You had to get off your ass and actually go over to the telly when you wanted to switch over. A little bit of exercise there. Now we just all sit there like this. So now with this is what I think, with all this Google, Alexa, whatever it's called, because I'm not big on technology. In the end, it's just gonna Alexa, etc. record. Yeah, and it records things in your house, what you're speaking about. And they're saying all about the watching you, they are watching you and recording you, just as bad as that. And the Amazon thingy, I know. So basically in the future, you're just gonna have this thing in your house that basically thinks for you. He's listening to you. You know, switches the lights off, probably cooks your tea and everything. Might be good for some people. Probably takes you upstairs and tucks you in bed. Basically, so you're a lazy ass and you're not moving and you're not doing anything, and you will just turn into, like I said, the cartoon Wall-E, whatever it's called, where everyone's big sat in the seats, just driving around the seats because they don't do nothing. That's basically what we'll be like. Because that basically is just, I'm not bothered about stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Ugh. It's just thinking for you and doing things for you that you're not going to use your physical body. So you're literally going to just waste away in your home. That's what I think. Anyway, I don't need all of that. I don't have to be all fancy and look like, oh, look what I've got. Oh, it's like they said if they're going to bring out, you know, the what they called, like cars that you won't have to drive. Ooh, the TV. You know, cars that sort of drive themselves. Watch the film Surrogates with Bruce Willis. Ooh, I don't like scary things. And someone was saying, you know, people might think that's really good, but some people like actually driving. But I don't think it would be, because let's face it, if we have planes that have things on that can bring planes down, they can also do that with cars. Kids don't know about what? No, it's not scary. Oh right, I'll have to put it in the comments after because I'll forget. But those cars, someone was saying on another channel. Imagine you had a car that drove, and you know how the controllers and everything, and then you got in your car and you were like, you had to say, like, you know, like the Alexa thing, right, take me to such and such a place, you wanted to go somewhere, and it goes, no, can't do that, and you're like, no, I want to go there. It's not going to let you. And that's why they said with money, if it all goes, you know, digital, like we use, you know, our cards now, you know, if they don't want to pay you, or we're working off a credit system or something, they won't pay you. I would not trust a computer to drive me. Exactly, because it might not take you to where you want to go. It might suicide you. It could do anything. That's what someone was talking about. I was like, yeah, imagine how easy it would be to eliminate people and say it was a car accident. Well, yes, because they actually do that with planes. As we all know, if you follow Q with a few things that's been going on with certain people in planes, they found a device on planes. Uber Smart Drive killed someone a few months ago. That's what I mean. So people who are into all the trendy gadgets, don't get me wrong, we like gadgets, you know, and they connect us like this does, but that is what they could do. It's just another way of controlling you, because if we're in a world full of AI, which some people might think is fantastic. Hi, MJ. It's lazy. I mean, it's good, but it's lazy too, and it's another way of controlling us. Anything smart is bad, yeah. Oh, yeah, E. Because it's another way of controlling you. If it's left alone to a computer and you're not driving it manually, and you can't drive it manually, and it's doing it for you. Apparently, people have done this. Don't know if you know the Alexa thing, or is it on Google? I don't know. I'm not into all this stuff, but you can say to it, you know, you can put religion in and say, what's this that religion in? Apparently, when you say Jesus or what's God, it doesn't know, but it knows every other one. What's all that about? Well, we know what it's about, but what's all that about? Apparently, it doesn't know what Jesus is. There's that thing with God and Jesus again, you know. Trying to get rid of all that. Don't sell your soul or your mind for shiny gadgets. Exactly, because selling your soul to the devil, you know, a lot of people do it for money and fame, and, you know, these celebrities, diamonds and this, that and the other. You know, you can't take it all with you. But this little film is just really good. It says it all there for me, and it just made me, I was just like, oh, it's another good film. You know, when you just feel it and you're like, oh my God, it's so good. It's just there again. And it's just telling us to unite together and stand up and work together. Because if we work together, you know, good things happen. But it's just really good. And I just love stuff like that. That makes you feel really like, go on. Come on, humanity. We're winning. You know, we're winning. Yeah, I don't know what someone just said about France and that. If there's migrants, rioting, but we know this is all going to start kicking off now. Where's Trump now? Is he in Russia? Has he gone to see Putin? I've not been keeping up today. I've been too tired. Hi, Free State UK. If a car can drive on its own, what would happen if it crashed and killed someone? Who gets charged? Exactly. Is it Finland to meet Putin? Well, that's the thing though with all this AI because we know who follow Q, whether you believe it or not. Alexia and Sophie. Oh, don't talk about that, Sophia. She's got citizenship in Saudi Arabia, hasn't she? Q put out there they had devices on normal planes, so they could bring planes down, and we know there's been a lot of plane crashes lately because I did post on Discord today. Not that I know what I'm doing. Gran Torino's. If anyone's popped over, I don't know if anyone has. He had some new resignations today on his channel. I've got different nails again because I'm trying to do them. Some more resignations. I should have wrote them down, but you can go and check the channel out, Gran Torino. And someone came on going, "Ooh, what's all this about? What are all these resignations?" We were like, from around the globe, with what's going on that make you think, what's all this about? One of them, funnily enough, because I was talking about it last night, but it was the US one, was the US Children in Need charity. Children in Need charity. So one of the, directors or something has resigned from that. There was some Bangladeshi something or other, don't know what it was. You can go and check it out. Has resigned. There's loads, obviously. There was some food place resigned. There's just loads. We know what it's all to do with, but just loads to add to the list of everyone that's resigning around the globe quite quickly. Certain charities and different things. So that was interesting. So if you haven't checked Grand Torino out, go and check his channel out. He's got a few interviews, but he does a lot of resignations from around the world, and you can see they put all the names up, like where the country is, if it's a director of something or blah 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 blah. People who have died as well, either death or suicide, when we're like, what's happening there? Because somebody, it says on there, somebody, I don't know if he was Chinese or something, I can't remember what he was to do with, fell off a building because he was stood balancing on something for a photograph, which was a bit odd. It was to do with something. Can't remember, so you'll have to check it out, and that was a bit like, that was a bit odd. But Gran Torino's just put his new one up today because I was in the chat before. I came in the chat everywhere. What was that noise? What noise? Was there a noise? I'm not listening. Next door or something. A motorbike? I don't know. I can't remember. I've not watched a lot today. I think I watched. I don't know what I've been watching today. I've watched a bit of Tommy stuff, but I've just been a bit tired. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's gone. I don't know. I did hear something. I wasn't taking much notice, but yeah, it wouldn't be good if we're all controlled by AI. Some people think it's brilliant, but it's not really because, like I said, they could go wrong. It's like them dolls are bringing out. Some men and women would really like them, but I really just don't think it's a good idea. You might end up going to A&E with something stuck on you. Oh, God almighty. I thought you... Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm a lady. I don't do them sort of things. It wouldn't be a buzzing sound, would it? We need what? We need prison terms, not resignations. Yeah, but the thing is, see, everyone's getting really like I said, it's not a big deal. It's a very big deal when there's globally thousands and thousands of resignations all around the globe. That's brilliant. That's getting rid of some people, not the big bad ones, but that's good. People don't see that, but it is very important because the other stuff that's going on with the other ones, Hillary and all them lot, it all has to happen in a fashion. You can't just go, you're nicked. It doesn't work like that. It's got to be done under the law. They don't work in the law. Trump's doing it in the law, Q's do it. It's got to be done in the law. Yes, it does take time. Oh, I didn't say that, sorry. And we do get frustrated, but we're trying to do it in the law, within the rules, and putting things in place. And then things take time. As we know, if you follow Q, sit back, get some popcorn, and watch the movie play out. It's all playing out. The Kim Jong-un thing was done last year, but it's being played out in front of people, sheeple. for MSM. That's the way they'll get caught out as well. You know, we've got to be patient. I know it's hard, but there's things happening behind the scenes we don't know about. And even if it gets out, it'll get out to a different way to us, but there's no way they're going to put it on mainstream media. It's just the way, you know, you look around now, what's going on in the UK with Tommy at the minute, because obviously it was the marches tomorrow and Trump. We all know, even for those people who are slightly weird, we all know MSM will not put that much on TV about it. I'll tell you what's been funny about, I don't mean the Tommy thing, but the Trump and the Tommy marches. Oh my God, I watched Avi Yemi, is it, when he was with was it with his mum and he was looking at the blimp balloon. I just couldn't stop laughing. He's like, if I come all the way from Australia to see that little balloon. And he stood there with all the, you know, the anti-bloody Trumpers and the anti-bloody Tommy people. And they're just stupid. And there's a guy in his face and he's going on at him and he's just like, you're an Nazi and all this and you're a Jew. And even I've got a Jewish, you know, what the thing's called on the back of his head. And they're just all utterly brainwashed. But it was funny to see. He's even laughing, going, "Oh my God, look at these people. We don't want them in prisons either. Maybe some of them, most of them need to walk the yeah, they do. Well, there's things that have to get in place, don't they? Because on this little video I've asked you to go and have a look at, it says about that and prison and stuff and different things, and you know, guess we'll have to see. But it's like someone said today. I think it was Reverend Simon Sideways. Was it a video he did today? Did anyone see? Did Simon do a video today? I don't know what day it is. I think he did. I think it was him as well who was. I think he was saying today. But anyway, about, you know, he's not on the Q thing, but he was saying about, you know, with our government, because you know it's happening globally. It's not just the government in the UK, and how, you know, people are saying bring back hanging, bring back. Yeah, he was on this morning. I thought he was. I don't know what day it is. I'm just watching that much. You know, bring back hanging, and people are like, whoa, yeah, and all that. And he said, you know, you got to be careful with that because Iraq has got the best plan. If anyone fights for ISIS, they get the death penalty. Exactly. But what Simon was saying was, that's okay if the right people are in the courts, because we know with the corrupt stuff here, well, here and globally, and in America, what was going on now with the Supreme Courts and everything. You know, Trump's trying to get the new ones in because obviously, if there's someone corrupt in the judges, you know, and places like that, they're gonna get the wrong. They're not gonna, let's say, good guys and bad guys. If the bad guys come on into court for something because they've got caught for something, and there's bad guys at the top, they're going to let them people off. And when the good people come in, they're going to get them in and put them in prison over something they didn't do. A bit like Tommy, and a lot of other people we've found out about, like Melanie and stuff like that. The people who talk out, they're going to put them in prison to shut them up, basically. So we need the right people in. So if that came back, then, you know, because it's you don't want people getting the death penalty if they're the right people, if you know what I mean. If you know what I'm saying. Simon was saying it, and it's like, yeah, then it's definitely got to be made sure that the right people are in these. If that ever came back, that these people are in the right, you know what I mean. When the courts are rigged, the death penalty will be used to shut us down. That's what I mean. If the right people are in there and they're not corrupt, because that's what they're trying to change as well, and that's what they're doing in America and stuff, and it's flowing this way, then hey ho, you know, if you're a traitor and it's treason and all that, then tough titty. But we've got to make sure the right people are in place and not the corrupt. Otherwise, people are going to get the death penalty that don't deserve it, if you know what I mean. And we've seen this in the past where that's happened years ago when it was the wrong people, because obviously it's another way of shutting people down, either that or getting chucked in prison. So we all know that. So it's got to be the right people in. But people are very angry now. But it's playing out. It's playing out, and that made me laugh as well. Everyone's slagging Trump off. Oh, he didn't bow to the Queen or something. And that video saying, you know, the Queen's never cared about the people of the UK, this, that, and the other. Treasons, yeah, military tribunals. Has never give a toss about us anyway, because it's what they say. It's like the monarchy and the bankers and that, like the Rothschilds. It's those that control quite a lot of the globe, really, because we know the British monarchy, whatever you call it, took over quite a lot of lands, and they're in control with the Rothschilds and people like that, you know, and Saudi. And that's another thing people are stupid about is my sister said today, oh, someone put a thing up on Trump. I've been saying this. Exactly. We're not. She's under a lot of it. That's why Trump's gone to see her. It's a regime. She's took over a lot of countries. It's like Canada didn't even know, half of the people there didn't even know she rules that. She does. And America. If you actually look into it. But I forgot what I was going to say now. What was I going to say? Something about... Oh, yeah. My sister said, oh, I saw something on Facebook about Trump and everyone was slagging him off. So my sister jumped in because she's waking up a little bit now, supporting him. And they were all like, oh, how dare you say that? But a few people were sticking up on... A guy came in and went, well, you know, it is pathetic. You know, they're putting this blimp up, blah, blah. We've never done that with anyone else. We said the Prince of Saudi Arabia, or the king, or whoever he was before the new one now, who's all right, he said he was killing people, stoning people, beheading people, doing this, doing that in his country. Didn't put that out on MSM, did they? So we could all like put a blimp of him up and go mad at him and people could protest about him because he was evil. Oh no, Trump's not done anything like that, but you're all putting a balloon up and going mad because MSM has made sure they've put enough crap out there to get you hating on him. And someone told me today, I don't know if it's true, that the Prince of Saudi is he coming to meet? Is he coming to meet Trump? Is he? Because he was under a regime as well. So you know, don't talk about that, do they? Because they've been in control as well with all their money. Saudi Arabia. It's like I said, on the pyramid is Rothschild, Soros, and Saudi. Hello. Who controls the globe? With the monarchy, of course. Bankers, because he said it's London. Is it the London? I think it said in this, it's the London. I'm going to get the words wrong now. The London banking system, the London, you know. It's where the Queen lives, isn't it? London, you know. Half asleep again, but you know what I mean. Monarchy has a lot to do with it, with all them as well. And I was also watching today, yeah, stock exchange, banks, big banks, all that sort of stuff. I was also watching today the little video someone did on Eyes Wide Shut. And the story of Eyes Wide Shut is true, by the way, but the story of the guy who filmed it, yes, the royals do have a lot to answer for. The guy who filmed it, who made that film, I believe when he made it, there was 24 minutes that they wanted to cut out, and he didn't want it cut out because I think it was going to give the game away of certain things in that film. And apparently he died. And they did take the 24 minutes out. So he died, did he? Did he? Right. Something was being put out there out, you know, the sort of Illuminati family sort of things. People don't believe that. It is. I believe that the royals are like Illuminati, Masonry, whatever you want to call it, sort of bloodline thing, you know, when you look into all of that. A bit like Hillary and Obama and all them sort of people. That's why they hate Trump, because he wasn't in the cabal. He's just a patriot who was a businessman that knows about business. So he knows what he's talking about when he's talking about steel and bringing jobs back and, you know, factories and stuff like that. He's just brilliant, and he's just Trump, Flash. And someone was talking to me in Gran Torino's chat before, and I did say that I told Solvent Green, his people, or whatever that channel's called, because it's great. They need to do the Flash Gordon one of Trump. Instead of Trump, Flash Gordon, they need to do Trump Gordon. What's that? Dad? What is it? What does that mean? But yeah, so I don't know, it's just one of them. It's probably the second half of the Plan to Save the World because it all ties in. It was just really, really good. I don't know if what people have been seeing today, any news, because I haven't really watched a lot today. I tried to keep off today because it was making my eyes tired. I was so tired last night, and the little one decided to get up at 5:15, and I was like, not again. He doesn't normally, it's just the heat and then the light. He's just getting up early, so I was not chuffed. So I decided to go out. I'm on the wrong. Dad, are you drunk? Have you had some wine? I don't know what you're talking about. But I just hope those who all went down, I said, well, that may have been still down there too. Was stuff going on today with Tommy and that? Was there still marches going on today? Because like I said, I didn't really see much. I don't know who I was watching today. I watched Simon, of course. He probably thinks I'm a nutter now. Who else was I watching? Oh, Evie, I can't even say his name now. Avi, Emmy. With, who's the guy he was talking to? Is it somebody Tufts? Can't remember his first name, Tufts. He's a good guy as well. Says it like it is, that's what we want, say it like it is. I think Avi's had a good time over it, we've all been welcoming. But like I said, I'm still gutted I couldn't get down there because it's just like a really good atmosphere. Certain people ruined our world and we're just trying to get it back. Lots of people are awake knowing what. Exactly, and once we know, we want our planet back. Liam Tufts, he's really good as well. Exactly, because it's like Greenpeace and all this crap they go on about and global warming. It's not global warming. The only way we're poisoning our planet is the shit that we're doing to it. Not like, because I don't believe it's getting hotter in this. It's just the stuff, the plastics and the stuff that we put out there. But I believe they do that. It's like it shows you on this film. Red Pill Phil said he tried to call John Wedger, but the phone rang off and he has defo gonna interview Brian. Oh, good, because yeah, something I might talk about that in a minute, but the global warming and all that, I just think it's us doing that. Also, CO2 is the gas of life. Yeah, that's what they say. They just put everything, they just lie to us about everything. It's like, on this film, it's really good because it shows you about, how we or they poison the planet. Water moisture holds more heat. Yeah, and it said, they make sure our waters are dirty, gunked up with stuff and plastics and, because basically food is there for us and it's free. It grows on trees, like fruit and stuff like that. Everything's in the ground. You can grow it, you can eat it, but we all have to buy it. And they make sure that things are, like I said, stuff in the water so you can't drink it. Spraying crap from the sky so it's on certain foods so, you probably can't grow it. Well, you can, Amanda. But just the way we have to buy everything. People buy a lot of water because we can't drink water and stuff like that. It's just watching Richard D. Hall's interview with Bill Maloney. He used to interview him, but he did a good job. And Brian did say, Brian's a nice lad, I believe, he's telling the truth. He didn't slag John off. He'd say, I think he's a top lad, I'm not a guy, I'm not saying he's this, that, and the other, I just don't understand what's going on. And me and my dad were talking about, we were like, maybe he does know, maybe he doesn't, maybe he is a bit oblivious to Bill Maloney or whatever's going on. I don't know, but he didn't slag him off because we don't know, but that's why it would be good for both of them to get together, but I just don't know what's going to happen. Can't see that, but you know what I mean? So it's just hard when... Yay, thank you. Tommy should be free. Oh, he'll be free soon, I think. That's unbelievable what's wrong with the world. The world's just corrupt. It's like I said yesterday, the world's a Luciferian at the minute. It's upside down the wrong way around, topsy-turvy, inside out. They're just trying to destroy everything. That's better. They're just trying to destroy everything. The values of life, values of family, traditions, it's just everything. Everything they're trying to mess up, like gender stuff, just everything. They're just trying to fuck everything up, basically. Things are things are changing, and that's what I'm saying. People are waking up everywhere. Do you know what I've been watching? You've got to go and watch, right? I don't care if you're not into Q or you're not really into politics or you're not really into maybe what's going on in America, because I don't know, but I follow America. It's great. I love Trump. You've got to go on YouTube and put in #WalkAway the videos too, because the #WalkAway is people on the Democrat side in America are walking away and waking up, and it's so great. I was messaging people last night in bed like this, oh God, Americans, there's a girl over there, a young And I will say, she was a young black girl and she was brilliant. She was like, yeah, USA. She was like, I was brought up in a Democrat family. That's right, Democrat family. Democrat, I can't not say it now, Democrat family. And I believed this and I believed that, and I've been to rallies and I believed this. And she went with Obama. I thought, it was good because he was a black president and blah blah, and I believed what he said. But she went, I learned over time that he wasn't doing anything. And she went, when she started researching, there's that word again, Democrat, woohoo, Democrat. She realised that when she started looking into even Hillary Clinton's background, now I don't know about this, but it probably is true because we know she's a witch anyway. But apparently, someone she called an idol, if there's anyone from America you might know, was something to do with the KKK. And she said she supported Hillary, when she was doing all the stuff. And she said, but when I saw that and who she was connected to, these a bit like Luciferian people and these people who are in, horrible cults like that, she was like, oh my God. So when she started researching, she realised what was going on. And she said all this stuff, why they were hating on Trump so much. And now she's hashtagged walked away. And then I saw another woman who was married to a minister or something, but that was nothing to do with anything. She was just saying the storm will blow across the Antarctic, thank God. I know, the Atlantic, not the Antarctic, Atlantic. And there's loads of people now walking away from the Democrats party, and they're all doing it and they're showing you on YouTube, and it's brilliant because it's really good if you go and watch them. They're just like, I've walked away because, there's people, they're asking for violence on this side, they're doing this, I don't understand it, even if I didn't think I liked Trump before. But the young girl said, the black girl, she was brilliant because she said, like I've said on here, I see what Trump's doing and he's bringing the jobs back and he's doing this and he's doing that when you look into it properly and don't listen to MSN. And she said, now I know that mainstream media is corrupt. But what she said was, it's not about voting for someone to do with the colour of the skin. Like, I should only vote for Trump because he's white, or she was only going to vote for Obama because he was black. I liked Obama when he first came out. I thought, oh, good, a black president. And then, not that I really took any notice then, but it was like, it's not done nothing. It's not about the colour of your skin. And she said that, and it was brilliant. People are getting off the Democrat plantation. Exactly, and that's what Kanye said, get off the plantation. Get off the plantation. And that's what it's all about. I guess I'm hashtag walk away because I used to think Trump was an a-hole, and I voted Labour. I've never voted in my life because I just used to think, I've said this before, people might think you never voted. No, because I was never into politics ever. I just used to, I was probably asleep, but I just used to think. But then again, I think I'm right anyway, because we've known that you might have had a party that was a little bit better than any other, but they've not really been that great. That's how I used to see it. Like, they're going to do, once they get in, they're going to do what they want. Anyway, this is the only time in my life I'm like, oh my God, it's all I'm talking about. And the first time I've been looking at stuff and politicians and things that are going on, because obviously it's a great awakening. I've never ever been bothered at all. I'm 41, I've never been bothered. And now I'm like, oh my God, because I see how important it is right now, and that it's an important time to be alive, as we're all saying. And I did think when Trump first came on the scene, like, obviously I wasn't really interested, when he was American, and I just thought, I don't mean that, I'm not offending people, I'm just saying I wasn't really bothered. And I remember seeing a TV program saying, oh, Trump wants to build this wall, and he's everyone taking the mick out of like they do, he's orange and he's this, that and the other, and he looks like an Oompa Loompa. And I was like, oh, and all this. And I don't know what program it was on. I think it was on something like The Last Leg or so. I don't know what channel it was on. It's on a bit of a sporty one. I only ever voted, yeah, and I just thought, who is this guy? Because I was listening to mainstream media as well, thinking, God, he's right, idiot, and all that. But the more things have gone on and joining, the Q group, I've just been like, oh my God, Trump's amazing. Hi, Dolly, I've never voted in my life. I know, because, now we have to, and it makes more sense to, but before it's never made sense to me at all, because it's like in America, if you had those, she didn't think she was going to lose because it was going to be rigged, so it wouldn't matter who you voted for, she would still win, even if you were voting for that side. But obviously they got there, they knew what was going on, blah, blah, blah. But it's just amazing, and now I just think he's such a great guy. It's a shame that some people can't see it asleep and they think he's this, that and the other, but like I said, it's not their fault. They're following fake news. It's my fun way. Do you know what my fun way? I was telling my sister about the name my fun way today as I was in the country park and said, oh yeah, there's someone who comes on from Wales called my fan way, or your channel's called my fan way. And I said, I can't help it every time you pop up, you have to say my fan way. And then I said to her, like the only gay in the village, my fan way, the only gay in the village. I can't help it, it's just that name, my fan way. You just have to say it like that. If you were my friend and you came round, that's what I'd have to say to you every time. I'm a fan way. It's a great name. Whether it's your real name or not, it's great. It's my fan way. But yeah, Trump's just I love the way he looks at mainstream media, like, because he knows and he keeps that straight face, but you'd have to with the stuff he knows. With the evilness he knows about. You couldn't be smiling at him. And like I said, I loved it the other day when he called out CNN and was like, I'm not talking to you because you're fake news. And he's like, we're not, I'm going to start crying. That was good. And what did he say the other day, Dad, about, didn't he say something? A pencil. Seriously. Yeah, they give you a pencil so they can frigging rub it out and put your vote in another box. Exactly. British fight is getting intelligence from Q regarding the British arm of what's going on. Yep. Well, I've been trying to fly out Q out there, I'm going on about Q. I think I woke someone up on it yesterday, or I think they went to try and find out. I think it might be hard to go and find out now because there's that many Q posts you really have to go right back. People might not get it. And even going on like QAnon.pub or even Neon Revolt, if you go on now, that's from now, so you'd have to go right back to read it all. But even so, it doesn't really matter. And I don't know if anyone went over to read it. It's a good read. Some of them are really long because you have to go on home, you have to tap on read, and then it all comes up and there's things to go into, things to look at, all researching. But he's very good at trying to decode what the Q crumbs are. Sometimes he gets it mixed up or wrong, and he will say, just found Justin Form Talk on YouTube who covers the Q stuff. Yeah, there's loads of great people, not just the people I was saying go to. There's absolutely loads that are doing brilliant jobs. It doesn't just mean because they've got less subscribers that they're not doing a good job. Yeah, Neon Revolt explains it if you're interested. It explains it a bit easier than going on like QAnon.pub because that gives you all the crumbs and you might not get it. But I wonder if, Dad, can you send me the that big long one that said about the Queen, the Q one I think you sent me today. Send it me again and I'll see if it pops up on here and I'll be able to go off and get it and then take a picture of it and then I might just read that one out because it's quite interesting. And QAnon Great Awakening, it's just brilliant. I actually need a QAnon top that's a thinner summer top because it's too thick for me to wear. Yeah, there's a lot of great people out there. I haven't mentioned, there's loads of people, but there's also people out there messing it up a little bit or not saying it's real. But if you're following the good ones, you'll know. And not everyone gets it spot on, do you know what I mean? I think it was the long one about the Queen, the one that said, the long one. But yeah, I don't know what's been going on Soapbox. I don't think I've been on Soapbox today. I think I might have popped in. Everyone's like, oh, where's Q? But like I said, when Q goes quiet, big things are happening. And I really can't watch them congressmen in the finger because they just get on my nerves. I want to punch them. Yeah, Neon Revolt is very good. If you like having a good read, because it's not a video, but they have videos in it that can link you up to YouTube, but it's a really good read. Some of them go right over my head and I can only read bits of them, but it is a really good, and it's a little bit easier than just going straight into QAnon.pub if you're not really knowing what Q is, because that might go over your head. I can look at Q drops and think, what? Some of them I'm like, yeah, but I get mixed up with all the names, because it has like initials, and then I can't remember who everyone is because it's absolutely loads of people, so I get confused with stuff. So, but there was a drop from, I think it was the one from last year, or was it December? It's from 2017, but it was about it's something about Diana, and I don't know, it was good. But yeah, so we'll have to see what happens with Putin. Didn't see that one. The strings on QAnon do my head in. But yeah, that thing I will have to put this in comments after. But that where did I put it? The thing I was watching before again, which I'll mention, was, what did I say it was called? Fresh Tastical, The Lie We Live. Very interesting, because that's how Instagram. No, you sent it me on WhatsApp. It's how I see the world, how we shouldn't be living. We shouldn't be working hours on end to live and then not having a life at the end of it, not having much time to spend with your family. That's how they want us, stressed and everything, but not having time to spend with family, your kids and family and friends, and then getting up the next day and it's the same thing like Groundhog Day every single day. Because like I say, we are not put on this planet Earth by whatever it is, whatever. It doesn't matter. I can get it again tomorrow, maybe talk about it, to just work, and die. That is not living your life. Do you have nice feet? I don't like feet. But here's one for you all. Once we leave the EU, what's the best? We form an alliance with America. Oh, yeah. We're trading with them. Well, they've always been our ally, definitely, always been our ally, and why Trump's in, they always will be, because his mum was Scottish or half Scottish, or whatever she was, but you meant to say boobs, or because it says bobs? But yeah, more than trade, yeah, I think that as well. There's a lot, yeah, I think people are going to be like, woohoo, but yeah, what do you think, though? It's just, I can't even remember what he said in his speech the other day. Oh, do they? Oh, are you Canadian? Is that what they say? Okay. Oh, this heat today, it was raining last night and it's a bit cloudy, and I thought, oh, we're not used to this in the UK. Or I'm just a bit older and overheating, but I thought, oh, it's going to be a bit cooler today. No, I can't cope. I've been in a country park today with my little one, and I just couldn't stand it. I don't like it. I do like the sun. It's just like, I need a bit of breeze. It's too sticky. We've not had that many good summers, you see, so now we've got one, we're all moaning. When it's raining, we're all moaning, but, I'm glad it rained because of our plants and stuff. Hey, Amanda, if you're still on here, can I pull my potatoes out yet? They've had flowers on and all that, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them. Oh, it's just been, even in Scotland, they've had it really hot. So I was watching someone in Scotland, I think it was, I don't know who it was, they were saying, oh, I look different on my passport now because I'm normally dead pasty, and now I don't look like, because you've got a tan, because it's actually been sunny. The tops, has the tops dropped off your spuds yet? What do you mean, the flowers? I don't know. I think so. I'll have a look. They'll probably only be small because they'll probably be like new potatoes. I'll have to just check them. They've been there a bit. They've been there a couple of months. I don't know how long they have to stay in the ground, but my sweet corn are getting tassels on. The women and the men things. Yeah, they're growing, but the green fly thing's a problem. I'm not chuffed with it. I'm American, but my ancestor was from north of England. Forget that the region is called. Oh yeah, that's good. It will start to wilt at the top then. Oh, I'll have a look. I'll just have to test one. I just threw some spuds down a couple of months back. I just thought, with the eyes on, I just thought, see what they're doing. They've all popped up, so, you wouldn't care for Southwest Florida. No, I wouldn't. No, I know I wouldn't, because I flipping need air conditioning in this house, and someone said, "Do you have it?" I went, "No, because England aren't used to it being like hot all the time." So no, I wouldn't really do good in places like that unless I had my feet in a bucket of water with ice in it, or I was sat in with aircon, because I would literally melt. But yeah, it's just too warm. I can't sleep at night. That's why I'm on here talking all the time. But yeah, is there any news out there that anyone's seen about, anything? I've not really, like I said, I've not really been on today. Yorkshire is what it's called. Yorkshire. Yeah, good old Yorkshire. I think me nana was from Yorkshire. And she always used to say, "Get Yorkshire tea, like tea used to be." Yeah, she's a good old Yorkshire. But yeah, did we say Trump's gone to see Putin now? Is he there? Oh, you're from South Yorkshire. Yorkshire tea, like tea used to be. I think my friend lives in Yorkshire. She lives in York. No, York. She lives in York. Um, meeting. Oh, that they're meeting in Finland, right? What today? Finland. What's that mean? Wait, what? Oh, you've been reading the QAnon. What have you been reading? The dot pub thing, or just people doing it? I can't remember what I said to you. Or you just finding out about QAnon. No, next couple of days Putin was at the World Cup. Oh yeah, he was at the World Cup. But who was playing Trump? We love Trump. We want to. What's that song? We wanna love him. We wanna kiss him. That song actually. Has anyone seen the picture of Dad? If he sent it, I could take a picture of it. Of Theresa May looking up to him like she's in love with him. I hear France won over. I think Croatia. POTUS and Putin on Helsinki, is it? Shitstorm next week. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, we won. Nearly said that then. And also, whoa, what did that remind me of? Someone was going on about Haiti today or something or other, because we know that shit's going to hit the fan over there. But yeah, Theresa May is looking at Trump in this picture. She's looking at him. It looks like she's like, oh. And I just put on a picture. She wants to love him. She wants to kiss him. Quite funny. But they go on about the Queen. Oh, they've been putting all this stuff up. Trump's handshake is funny because he yanks the person's hand, does he? He also does this, the Q sign. Can't do it slowly. Yeah, when they were going on about he walked in front of the Queen and all this, putting all that out there, going, oh, how rude is he? She put her hand out like that as if you go first. You just didn't know which side to walk on. And all this rubbish they put out. But they put the pictures up where the Queen's smiling her head off at you. And you're like, yeah. So, I don't know. May, Trump, deal done. Yeah, I said this yesterday because May, when they were having that chat and he was going on with her, and then all of a sudden she drank the water. Watching a documentary on BBC Two about New York Times basically just hammering Trump. Exactly. It's that girl, do you remember the video I did where you see the guy that flew past the whole... Oh my God, that was so pathetic. Because someone said, oh, he was trying to shoot him. He wasn't. I got it wrong the other day and said, oh, because I just thought that's what someone said. And he just flew past with his little banner hanging off the end on his paraglider, where he shouldn't have been flying. But that was little as well. I bet he thinks he's a really big hero doing that, doesn't he? And there were some people who was playing on the golf course. Did anyone see the picture where they had painted their faces orange and put hair on? They looked a bit like scarecrows actually, and we're all stood near the golf course and Trump was just waving at them. I was like, oh my God, so funny. He's just funny. But yeah, deal done there with May. And she's playing the role out at the minute. She's saying stuff and MSM are lapping it up to what she's saying. But we know behind the scenes, it's totally different. Secret Service knew it was a bluff. Oh yeah, they will. It's just funny. I'm just still trying to recall what I saw. Yeah, we're saying about Avi. I think Greenpeace took the rap for the flight. Yeah, yeah, he was a Greenpeace supporter, wasn't he? That's what he was. What a numpty. But yeah, right, Avi Yemi, if I've got his name right, he was just funny in his one with his mum where they were just defending Trump and Tommy, and that was hilarious how everyone was just getting triggered. They get triggered so easily, but they never really come back with anything decent to say. Amount of Trump docs last 2 weeks being unreal. How much of a license fee by using on this? Yeah, French are now attacking the police. Well, I saw yesterday with all the Trump protest and the Tommy one, 'cause it's like bits of both. Um, when Red Pill Factory was filming it, someone came on, I can't remember who it was now, and said, "Oh, give a round of applause for the police," sort of thing. They're not all bad. They're just doing the job, sort of thing. They're just doing the job what they're told to do, and no one really clapped, and a few people booing in chat like, no. I mean, they are just doing the job because they don't want to lose the jobs at the end of the day with money, but I'd hate to be in that job. Oh, thinking you're going in to do something when you're actually not, but hopefully in the end that will break down and they won't be under that rule. But there's some just great speeches and people there, and it was just good. This is in celebration of winning the World Cup. Yep. Why are they trying to make them work more than 5 hours a day again? French love a riot. French love a riot. Yeah, but it's just hope Khan's feeling a bit of a dweeb at the minute. I was laughing at the picture someone put up of him with a pig trying to mount him. That was quite funny. And then what about the woman getting arrested because she had something like she had a pig, was it a teddy or something with Khan's face on it? She got arrested. It's just like pathetic. All the stuff they were giving out, I don't know what they're called. When the police give things out, £80 fines here and there for like probably not really doing anything like what they've been doing. And it's like, oh God, I keep forgetting everyone's name. Was it Wayne? Oh, he was with Simon. He was with Si. When the taxi guy, I think it was, who said, they were, well, I think Simon said it as well. They were trying to move him about and telling him to go a different way, basically walking around the houses and all that, trying to waste time and all that. And then, like, Si said, forget that, people like us aren't just going to go back from, like, obviously they've been travelled a long way to get there. They're not just going to go, yeah, we're going to go home. But that's what they do, don't they? Where their protests, were you live? I wasn't were you live? I'm in a small town, so there's never a protest. I wasn't down there, I wasn't filming or anything, I was just watching live, because it's all out there live, people who go down and film down there a lot, filming all these protests and stuff, which is great for us lot to see, especially if you can't get down there, because then you actually get to see what's happening opposed to what they're actually saying on mainstream media. They just take all the ones that are a bit drunk or rioting a little bit or kicking off at the end of the day. That's what mainstream media put on telly for everyone else to do, thinking that it was I got mixed up on Facebook. I got a picture of, I thought it was a Trump rally and there was thousands there. You know how they always say it's suicidal, there's only a few. And then someone corrected me and said, no, it was in Egypt where, are they rioting in Egypt or something? But obviously it'd be to do with Trump because he's just helping break down the regimes in certain places. And it was, someone mentioned something about Egypt and protests, something or other. I don't know what it was, but it looked pretty interesting. It's all kicking off all over. Oh my God, it says of 11 people watching and 11 likes, 11, if anyone knows what I mean. Now it's just gone to 12, 11. You know what they said about 11? Consciousness awakening, all that sort of stuff. It's right, it's moved now, but it was 11 then when I looked. Rioting in Iran. Oh, well, they've been rioting. Iran's been rising anyway because they're trying to, rise over the regime that's falling down. The Islamic regime, we all know about that all over the globe. But yes, it's just exciting times, and I think a lot of stuff's probably going to kick off again when he meets Putin. a lot of stuff's going to start hitting the fan soon, and I think we're going to be getting, for those of you who follow Q, I think we're going to be getting a few Q drops soon, because people are getting a bit like, I missed Q, and it's like, yeah, but you've got to go and research yourself, you know, we can't just rely on it. It will come. He's not going anywhere just yet. He does go quiet for a bit, and if you actually follow Q, you'll realise that when he goes quiet, that's when things are happening, you know, and there's things happening and that, and he's busy at the minute. He's busy, so don't, you know, have faith, trust the plan, because so many people are getting like, oh, this isn't happening with the Congress thing and all that. If you're following all that, if you don't know what I'm talking about, well, you know, with the Supreme Court and Rosenstein and all that evilness. But that's being played out. They have to do it in a certain way. It doesn't mean because everyone's going, it's not happening. It is happening. They've got to do it a certain way. They've got to catch them out certain ways with filming what they're saying and this, that, and the other. But you have got to trust the plan. Don't give up faith. You know, trust. Just trying to see what you said. Also, just a few hours ago, Israelis flew jets and striked Iranians in Syria. Yeah, all that's gonna get that bit sorted out. You say he, but could be them. Do you mean Q? Q isn't one. Q is a group of people. We just say Q, he, but it's a group of people. Intelligence. Been watching Brian Harvey videos. Brian Harvey, the videos, I've seen quite a lot of them now, you know, the stuff he's saying. I just think, I don't care what anyone says, I think he's genuine. He's a genuine, he's been shut up. If anyone's been shut up, basically, he's genuine. Kansas City police officers shot. Oh, really? What's that in? That's why it started kicking off. There's loads of things kicking off. But Brian Harvey, I know Americans won't know who he is. They didn't make it big in America, but it was a pop group in the 90s called E17, and they came to our school. And I used to like Brian. I always used to like smaller guys, and he's, you know, he's like Tommy Robinson, and I fancied him. So I've obviously got a good thing in men. Not all men, because I've not picked the good ones, but he was. I like a bit of a rough diamond sort of person who's, you know, don't judge a book by its cover when they've got a good heart. You know, and some people think, oh, I'll tell you who's really good. I will say this again. I'm going to big this person up. I have done it before, but I am going to this singer up again. If you don't, Americans might know who he is, but I've told you to go and watch this guy before. Someone posted it today in Discord, and I was like, I've already seen it, already talked about him on a video. But this guy, honestly, just let me find my history. No. Try and guess who it is. He's absolutely brilliant. He does a lot of songs on YouTube. He's absolutely brilliant. He's singing about truth. He's singing about he's got a song called White Boy that tells you about why white shouldn't hate, and why all this racist thing. And every song he's got songs on rappers, how they rap about crap these days, and always calling women hoes and all this shit that they put out these days, because they're not proper rappers. They're not rappers of the days. I'm sorry if you're into all of the crap. Right, here he is. But obviously I can't play it. He's called Tom McDonald. He's absolutely brilliant. I suggest you go and sub to him, support him. Yeah, rap is trash, this crap, but this guy is brilliant. Some people might look at him, this is what I'm saying about don't judge a book by its cover. He has braids in, you know, people might say, oh, that's only for black people. No, it's not. You can wear braids. He says it in one of his songs about it. So what? He's full of tattoos. He's got tattoos on his face, his arms, his songs. You might not be into like rappy, like the sort of his music or the way he looks. Do not judge a book by its cover. Listen to the words he's singing. He's absolutely brilliant. He does look like an octopus, but he's a truther. And he's got songs like White Boy, which is really good. He's got a song called out Politically Incorrect. That's brilliant. Let's see what else he's got. He's absolutely, he even says it in his songs. He's saying, you know, I sing the songs I want to sing. I'm not controlled by, you know, those who control. He's just brilliant. He's got a song out called, he's just got lots of really good songs. It's not, but the white boy says a lot. It's just really good. I don't know what you call it. It's got bits of rapping in it, but it's not. It's just, don't even think about that or what he looks like or anything. Just listen to what he's saying. He's got a song called American Dreams. Exposure, that's really a good one. The way I am, because he's saying, the way I wear my hair is the way I am, the way I don't have to be like everybody else. Why do you have to say and be like, it's just absolutely brilliant. I'm an old fart. My dad's saying what you're saying, Dad. I'm an old fart, but what does that say? And understand where he's coming from. That's what I mean. It doesn't matter, if you're not into his sort of music and you go over and look at him and think, oh my God, I'm not into that music. It's not about what he looks like. It's not about, that don't judge a book by a cover. Go, like I said, I've sent it to my dad. Listen to the words he's saying. That's why, yeah, Dad appreciates, that what he's saying. It's just his style of music. That's what he likes. That's what he's doing. He's doing it on YouTube to get it out there. He's not controlled by anyone. People and judging by cover, and that's how they've demonized people. Oh, look at him. They call him over here in Britain. They go, oh, it's a scally, or he's like, what do we say over here? Like, what are the words we use over here? Like, he's no, we say, oh, what's the word? What's the word, Dad? Like we say scally, or I can't remember the word we say. Of yeah, a chav. That's it. A chav. This, that, and the other. All they're just this, that, and the other, and you know, um, that sort of thing. They've got tattoos, this, that, and the other. It means they're into drugs. It means they're into. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. And a lot of people you'll find, like I think it's when Simon was on chat the other day, Reverend Simon Sideways, he said when I was saying about my tattoo, someone was saying, oh, it means you're a bad person, all this. Some of the people that look like, when you judge a book by its cover, that are full of tattoos or this that, and the bit, are the nicest people you've ever met. So you mustn't judge a book by its cover. It's what's inside, the content of your character at the end of the day. Looks like he's from Moss Side. That's what I mean. People will judge people by, the way they look. And that's how it's good for a mainstream media. They'll put people down that way, saying, oh, they're from a rough area, or they're a bit of a scallywag, when we say a scally, or this, that, and the other. A lot of people are truthers. And just because they go against the system, because a lot of people like us normal people, or like what they'd like to say like that, go against the system because they know Brian knows. That's what people would perceive Brian is, but he's not. He's a nice guy. When you listen to him, he's a nice guy. Yeah, he's done things in the past that he shouldn't have done, but haven't we all? And that's why I'm sick of people going on about, oh, Tommy might have done this, oh, such body did this. Maybe Trump did do something in the past. So what? You're telling me you've never done anything? You've grown up all your life and you've never put a foot wrong. You've never got really drunk and done something daft. You've never said a hurtful word to something. You're absolutely angelic and you've never done nothing. Shut up. That's how you get through life. That's how you learn right from wrong. If karma comes back to you, oh, I better not do that again because, I hurt somebody's feelings, or I shouldn't have done that. I got too drunk and I had an accident, or whatever it is. You learn from your mistakes. And the thing is, they were saying, oh, Brian was a druggie. Brian did say he took a couple of stuff, but he said mainly he liked weed and stuff, and he did say something about ecstasy or something when he was younger, and he said, I was stupid then. He said, but that makes you all dead lovey-dovey, and he said, but it's because his mate said it first, and then they stitched him up and said he got fired from the boy band because he did this, that, and the other. At the end of the day, lots of people have done things, but that's how they demonise Brian now and say, oh, he had mental health issues because he's been outside. What is the pendant, please? Oh, it's just I don't know, it's just a thing. I don't know. I've had it for years. And they'll say because he's been outside court shouting things out about this truth he's trying to bring out. It's like, oh, he's a mental nutcase. He was on drugs, so he's mental. No, he actually said in one of his interviews, if anyone saw it, it made him go a bit depressed and he wanted to stay in home because he said he stayed at home for 5 years, not really done much. He's been going out to stuff because someone went, yeah, he has been out because he's been to court and doing all this. Yes, he's done that, but he seems solid to me. He does to me, and the thing is, no, he's not manic. You can tell when he's talking, it's like when you watch Tommy talking at a university and that, he's more, he's good with his words now and he's quite calmer than he used to be when he was younger. We're all daft when we're younger. Like I said, we all grow up. And I think Brian's always been like that. He's always been mouthy and stood up and said something, and that's why they don't like him. But that's okay. But he is if you think about it, if you're trying to bring truth out and they've been shutting him up, for years and trying to make out to the public in mainstream media, telling everyone that he's this, that, and the other when he's really not, it would make you depressed, and it would make you sad that he's feeling like he's been getting this out for years, like Tommy, and nobody's listening, and everyone thinks he's this, that, and the other. So you would probably fall in a bit of pit of depression, and maybe you would get a few mental issues in the end because it's going to make you ill. And they're not bothered about that. They want him to be like that, keeping him down, shutting him up. But funny enough, with all that we know that's going on at the minute, and now Brian's talking out, everybody's speaking out. I just believe some people that need to speak out now are the people from a certain community that are not told to speak out, that need to actually start speaking out, standing up and uniting with everyone else, because that's what it's about. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying about, I've always gone for, some people might say bad boys. It's not bad boys. I normally like people who are a bit of a rough diamond that people look at and think they're no good, but really they are, because they like to speak truth. I'd rather go out with someone like that than a toff that, you know what I mean? That I'm not saying toff's a bad. And that's all I can see from Brian. I think there is something in it, even if he doesn't know. Like I said, he's not slagging John off for people who were like, oh, John, if he didn't say that, he said, I like the guy, but I just don't understand what's going on. Maybe John doesn't know. I don't know what's going on. But at the end of the day, truth will come out. And then the other day I did say, we don't know what's going on properly. People might be bringing truth out about certain things, but maybe trying to cover other bits up to not look in a certain direction, even though this bit is truth. So we don't know, but truth does come out in the end. And I guess we'll just have to wait and see, because, people are starting to wonder now. Like someone said before, if John's not answering and John's not going to do an interview, then it's a bit like, what's going on there then? But I guess we'll find out in the end. Truth always comes out. Sometimes it might take a long time because this stuff's coming out and it's took forever. But like we say, the world's waking up for the first time. Consciousness awakening, so you can't stop it. Like Q said, it's a big snowball effect. It started rolling and you can't stop it. Everyone's getting caught up in it. It's rolling, it's picking up speed, so you can't stop it. If you get in the way of it, you're just going to get knocked over, with all, when they say like a cartoon with all the legs and arms in it, with all like the Democrats and everyone stuck in it. That's just the way it is. So women chuck themselves at people of power for fame. I've said this before, I've never been one of them girls who is women who are chucking yourself at someone, because it's a guy, maybe they don't really fancy. Yeah, not all women. It's like when women go on about men. Not all women slag men off, but these stupid, over-the-top feminists are just pathetic. But I've never been one of them women that are like, and my mum used to say this, Janine, will you go for someone who's a bit, and I'm like, Mum, if he's a good guy and he's a dustbin man, there's nothing wrong with being a dustbin man. I'm not bothered. As long as we can pay the bills, put food on the table, and live, I don't care. And if he's a good person, I really don't care. I don't want to be with someone who's got loads of money and thinks he's the bee's knees and, like, thinks he can have everybody and all that. But I've never been one of them that just purposely goes after someone who's, one of those and it's like got a big ego and a flash car. It doesn't bother me. You can have a work van or sit in that. I'm not bothered. I don't care. As long as it fits three of us in, that's fine. I don't care. I'm not bothered. I'm not posh. I just don't care. Always went for the good-looking girls with no money, parents, or anything. I mean, it's not even about, sometimes, like I said, you can come across people that you sort of think are all right, maybe they're not your type, but they become more attractive with the personality, because that's what you realise as you get older, what's in here. They become more beautiful, or the guy becomes more attractive because they actually are. I know people go off looks first, but sometimes you can go out with good-looking men or good-looking women and you realise they're ugly inside, and then you're like, ugh, looks sort of go out the window then, because you're like, yeah, they might be good-looking and you might like that for a bit, but at the end of the day, if you're dating someone who's just awful and has got no compassion, love or anything inside, and they're just after what like you've got, or they're not really, they're all about me, me, me. It's not attractive. It's not attractive at all. And you find that out more as you get older. I don't care what anyone says. When you're younger, it's like, oh, he's really fit. When you're a teen, she's really fit, and oh, this, that, and the other. But as you start getting a bit older, things change a little bit. Of course, you're attracted to someone, but you want someone with a good personality and a lot in hair, because otherwise, when your looks start to fade as you get older, if you're with someone who's, me, me, me all the time, they'll probably go off with someone else anyway. When your looks start to fade, this counts a lot when you get older. I don't care what anyone says, and if you don't believe that, then you're a me, me, me ego person. So, I'm looking for somebody who's a bit of a rough diamond, got a good heart, and I don't really know, But I need to start getting myself out, and then maybe I might actually meet somebody. Maybe. But yeah. But like I said, it's been like, when I was on the dating sites, it was hard because it was all these people that were just me, 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 going on there to boost their ego, I think, really. Probably with somebody already, they just go on to boost their ego. Can't be doing with it. Been around the world, and I can't find my baby. Because I did actually go all around the world on that bleeding app. Honest to God. It even went to America, and I still couldn't find anybody that was just pretty there with all the values and stuff. That's my point, yeah. Well, I mean, if people are wrong in the pubs, where the hell do I meet somebody? Like, people are, truthfulness is important. Yeah, of course it is. You can't meet them on date. Oh my, some people do meet people on dating sites. My sister did, and they're great. And then it's like, yeah, it's hard to meet someone who's in a pub all the time if that's all they do is drink. I don't think, But mind you, they do say it's when you're least expecting it, which I think that's what it is. And maybe when you're out, when you're not thinking about it, is normally when you meet somebody, when you're just least expecting it, probably bump into somebody, something. No, men who drink and that aren't after marriage. I've learned that because that's what me youngest son's dad is like, and that didn't go anywhere in the end, even though I thought it was gonna, but I was filled into that one. And I've not been married. I didn't think at the stage now, like, I think I don't want to get married now. It's not, but now I think, no, no, no. It is good values to be married. It's just that I think people are losing that now, and I think that's another agenda of what the elites want. I don't care when it says, I feel that they don't want that family values. They don't want families together properly. They've broken apart. I think that's why I've never got anywhere. I've, been in that sort of system, if you like. But now I think, no, I do want to get married, and, we'll get there one day. It is a piece of paper, but sometimes it does mean something to some people, because if you believe in it, yeah. But I also think, it would be nice, because I do believe in them values. Why don't you phone Reverend Simon Sideways? He's single, he's lovely. I know he's lovely. I've got his number. He gave me his number just to talk to. But I've tried sort of texting him that, but he's been busy with all his filming. I don't know if he'll watch this. I do like him. I think he's a top bloke. He does live, I don't know where he lives. He does live quite far away from me. Not that that would bother me. But I would ring him. I'm not bothered. I'm not one of them who's shy. I would ring him, but I won't just ring him out the blue. He'd have to say, I'm free, we can have a chat. Yeah, my dad thought he was from Bristol. I do like him. I think he's nice. I think he's... You know what he made me laugh with today? Yeah, when it's right, it's right. But, if... The thing is, I like him embarrassing myself now, because I don't know what Simon thinks anyway. It might be too fine. He might not like me like that, just a friend, because he knows what we're talking about. And I think his channel's great, and I think all these friends who do all the stuff for him are great, and he's sticking up, and he's talking about the right things, which I love. He knows I like him because he's heard me say on here, but but for example, Simon, I've been watching him for a bit, and I just think he's a top bloke. And he was talking today. He made me laugh. He said, "Was you watching this morning when he said, I will be loved. I deserve it. I'm a nice girl at the end of the day. I will blow my trumpet that way. I'm not a malicious, nasty person. I don't go for people just for what they've got and all that. But he did make me laugh this morning, if anyone saw it, and he's funny as well, and he says it like it is, and I don't care that he swears because it just makes me laugh. But when he said he's more, he was going on about a red-haired girl, and he said when he was younger, because he was talking about stuff. If anyone saw it, he said, "Oh, I didn't really fancy her and all that." He said, and he was talking about when puberty hit and all that, and he was like, "Oh, I wasn't really into girls, no, I wasn't really ready for it and all that, blah blah." And this girl like wanted to sleep with him, and he said, you know, like all the time after school, I'd like walk around the houses and go a different way, and he said, and like I'd get home and think, "Oh, thank God." Oh, that's what I mean. I like him because he seems genuine. He's talked about he talked today about a few problems he had when he was younger, but aren't we all? Oh, my dad's nearly on his empty. He's nearly emptied his wine bottle, but he said his mum was. Oh, thank you. His mum, she'd knock on at his house. His mum would let this girl in and say, "You can wait for Simon in the bedroom if you want till he comes home." And he made me laugh because he said he came home thinking, "Thank God I got away from that girl." Goes upstairs in his bedroom and she sat on the bed, and he walks in. He's like, "Oh my God." It was just quite funny. But people like Simon are the people that I like. He's got a nice personality. He's true, you know, he swears and that. Who cares? That's how you express yourself sometimes. But when he swears, it's not offensive. It's not, people can do it in an offensive way, but you can tell what sort of person he's not. And he's just funny, and I just think, he fights for the right, and that's what I like. And he knows what's right from wrong, and I'm sure he knows how to treat a woman right. But yeah, but what it is what it is. The thing is with me, I always like somebody who either doesn't like me back or likes me but lives in another country or lives like too far away. So, or, there's just something that's just like, oh, it's always the way with me all the time. Or they're always too young. Like the other one was a bit of a 10-year difference, probably why it didn't work, and he was in the pub all the time, so that didn't work. So, when you want to get married or sort of want that in the future and you've got someone like that who's not really bothered, it's not really going to work, is it? What does that mean? But yeah, I think Simon knows. He knows, but I have texted him a bit, but I know he's been busy with, because I was trying to text him to say he didn't get back to me, but I know he's been busy with everything, that if he was ever down this way with his filming buddies, um, it's because because I look young. It's probably a bit of a cougar thing, isn't it? Young lads. Um, that I would put him and his friends up here if he ever came to film down my way, because it is expensive to come that way. But then I forgot he's doing his van up. But then I did say, because he's doing his van up to sleeping and filming and all that, if they ever needed anywhere to park, in case it's where they were parking in Manchester, it was dear or something, they could park on my drive because it's not that far away to go on the bus to get to the centre. So, because I don't mind that, even if it's just friends, because then lot are fighting for the right, and I don't mind that, and I can see they're a bunch of good people and I trust them, even if they're just parking on my drive, because they're just fighting for the right, basically, and you've got to do what you can, patriots, to help all this stuff that's going on. But yeah, he knows, but knowing me, it's probably one of them things that they're not interested or it's too far or whatever and blah blah blah. But that's okay. That's fine. Doesn't mean you can't be friends with someone. But yeah, it's always the way for me. Always the way. They always live too far away or something. Not that that bothers me, because I was actually talking to someone in America once, and I got catfished, and I just thought, oh well, that is a long distance relationship, but oh, she'll be going, don't worry. I swear, I get told off of my mum all the time. I might not like a swear, but when I get mad, I do, and when I'm trying to express myself. But when not to, and when not in front of your kids, and I get mad. He's just like that. People get offended, like, "Oh, Simon, stop swearing." It's like, so what? He's just being himself, really. At the end of the day, you've got to be yourself. It's really weird because some people swear and it's not offensive, and some people swear and it is offensive because of the way they are, like a nasty person. But Simon's not like that, so he's just funny. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I got catfished once. which was quite funny. uh, no, he's not a real reverend. That's what, see, somebody went on his channel, and because he's called, I can't remember why he said he's called Reverend Simon. I'm sure it was to do with something when he was younger and he said something, I can't remember. And someone came on his channel, this woman who sort of was saying I was bad because I've got a tattoo, you know, judging a book by its cover. And I think they thought, because I think they were, I'm not saying it's bad, you know, anyone who's religious and that, but I think they thought he was a real reverend. So when he was swearing, they were a bit like, oh my God, you know, stop swearing, remember? And they were like, he's not a real reverend. And he's called Reverend Simon Tideways. So the clues in the title sort of thing. But oh my God, some people, you know what I mean? People judging people who've got a tattoo and what? I'm a bad person. I think you can tell by my videos I'm not a bad person. But that's what some people do. Look down on people because they're a certain class or a certain job or they have tattoos or the certain labels they wear or where they shop or all that sort of stuff. I shop in Aldi, right, when I go food shopping. I'm on my own anyway, but I shop in Aldi. But Aldi it's got good food in there. Who cares? I go in charity shops sometimes. Who cares? I am not bothered. I don't have a massive ego about stuff. It does not bother me. I'm not a sheep. I don't follow fashion. I just like what I like. I'm not, it doesn't bother me. If I buy something and it's in fashion, it's in fashion. But I don't just go buying stuff because it's in fashion. I just like what I like and that's it. I don't really care. When I was younger, I did. You know, you're a bit like that. Someone came up to him in London yesterday and unloaded their problems on him, and one of his friends suggested he should now be a what? Because he thought he was a real reverend. He needs to go around with the little dog collar thing or whatever it's called. Woo. And I'm not taking the mick. Don't be offensive, but yeah, we should be pretty funny. But yeah, and it's like when I was younger, there was a place called Netto, like where you go for foods, tattoos on the hands and neck, on the face. Oh no. Well, it's each to their own. Like that guy that I said who's a singer who's got him on his face, but he's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I know what you mean. But you know, some of the nicest people who've got tattoos. But there used to be a place called Netto, and when I was younger, if you have life experience with people and or you know statistics that gives you the ability to make like Netto and that. And when I was younger, even charity shops, mum used to stand outside and go in and go, look at this, and I'd go in, no. Yeah, I mean, it is hard with job wise sometimes. So sometimes if you have tattoos, you know, not on your face and hands where you can see them, but it depends what job you're in. But yeah, it is hard that way. Yeah, judging people is useful. You know what I mean? You can't always judge a book by its cover. But yeah, my mum used to be like, come in the charity shop. I'd be like, you know, a teenager going, oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm not even standing anywhere near that shop. And I'm not going in there and carrying a Netto bag and then to put your pea kit in at school, or do you want a Netto bag or whatever the shop was that I thought was dead. Like, oh, everyone will think like I'm, and I'd be like, I'm not taking that to school. But now I'm like, I don't care. Who cares? I'm not a sheeple. Oh, I love tattoos. I love tattoos, but I don't mind people who haven't got them. But I do like tattoos. You know, I need to get this one finished off. It's not shaded in on this side, and I keep forgetting. But I keep thinking, oh, it's in with the times at the minute. You know, dark to light, as Q keeps saying, dark to light, because her hair needs shading in on this side. That took 2 hours, and he was like, he did it for an hour. He said, you want to carry on? I went, just do it, just carry on. And because it's on the inside of my arm, I forget that bit's not been done. So I really need to save some money up and get it finished off. But I should be able to go to a different tattoo shop because there's a new one near me instead of the other one that's pretty far, and just get them to fill that bit in. Yeah, don't judge a book by its cover. I do. It looks like I haven't in this top. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. That's what Simon said the other day. Oh, can't see you because you like, you know, sit quite close to the camera, but you can, well, it looks like it in this top. But who has to do? That's quite a funny word actually. Oh, I thought you meant me. No, because I thought you meant me. I was like, what? No, she doesn't. She could have. Yeah, she's got butterflies, but this might get filled in anyway, this bit. I don't know yet. But yeah. You can't actually see. I'm not offended. No, you can't actually, because I have got them. So, I'm not offended. They are there. They do me head in. So, yeah. I have tattoos. You can do your own tats if only what? Do your own tats. It's on for time to get the kit in it. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. But I won't be able to shade that in. I just need to get the guy down the road to finish it off, basically. And then it's finished. And then, I don't know if I might... I need to get a little trumpet in for Trump. I don't know. But yeah... I don't think I'll get any more. I've got one on my shoulder, it's a butterfly, which is fading because I had it done in Turkey years ago and it was like purple, so it's faded, so it needs going over again or redoing a bit different. It's like a lacy one. I have boobs, bobs, and I'm a man. But yeah, because I think I had... My son said the other day, my eldest, who's 18, nearly 19, go Trump, he went, I've never seen that on your arm before. I said, what do you mean you've never seen it on my arm? It's big enough. But it's on the inside of my arm, you see, so you don't see it from that side. You just get a flash sometimes. But yeah, it needs finishing off. It was like my idea, my design sort of thing. I already had this one, butterfly, and then I had 3 more added, and then this is supposed to be like Mother Nature sort of thing. But yeah, so best get off because it's past 11 and I just start yakking because who was it who said in chat the other day, they were like, oh my God, does she ever shut up? I was like, no, it's a chatty channel. I like talking. I'm just a chatterbox and I enjoy talking to you lot because you're great. We get the odd trolls in, but apart from that, when you're all into the same thing, we're all after truth and stuff. But yeah, I'll have to have a look more on YouTube tomorrow and see what's going on because cup of tea, I've got my water, I'm too hot for tea, too hot. Oh, it's like boiling, but I'll have a cup of tea. Yeah, I might have a brew before, but I might have a brew for half an hour and just see what's on. Thank you, but I'm just... How rude. How very dare you. But I'm too tired. I just need to have a 10-minute browse on here, see what's going on. I'll have a look tomorrow and get to bed because I've got a feeling I'm going to get woken up early because of the heat. It keeps waking up. But yeah, I just didn't go on today much because I was tired. I've been out in a country park and had the paddling pool out and all that sort of stuff. Oh, I'm not doing caffeine, no. No, I'll probably just have another big water distilled and then a bit of a lurk round YouTube for half an hour maybe, then off to bed. Sleep like a baby tonight. But yeah, Simon knows I like him, but it's all good, whatever anyway, It's just me. I always like people that are... I don't know. That never happens, but that's fine. You can have friends, we're all into the same things, that's brilliant anyway. Lurk, yeah, I'll just be lurking and going in chat and shouting QAnon and go Trump and go Tommy and whatever I want to throw in there, that sort of stuff. So I'm going now because I'm just rambling, I'm getting tired. So I'll see you all, most likely see you tomorrow. Have a good night, morning, or wherever you are, and keep the faith, peeps. Good things are happening for everybody. Tommy, everybody, we'll just see what happens there. Keep on the truthing channels and support all the truthers out there. Check the channel out. I'll just say the name again if you want to see, for those of you who might just come on. Thank you. If you want to see The Lie We Live, it's not that long, it's really, really good. Thank you, it's really, really good. It'll make the hair stand up on end. It did for me, it's how I think about things and like certain stuff. It's called Fresh Tastical Altogether. I will try and put the name in after I've put it up in the comments of what it is. And it's just really good. If you ever get bored of politics, what's that one? If you want me to watch anything, just stick it in the comments after if you've got any good channels, because I'm finding lots of good things off people. It doesn't have to be politics. The only reason why I'm talking about the stuff I'm talking about at the minute is just because this is what's going on and it's quite important at the minute. I will be coming back doing some of my normal chats that I do sort of do my normal chats in here anyway, because I do go off on different subjects, but it's always just been positive stuff. I used to draw pictures and show them and stuff like that, so It is random, but it's just because we're in the now at the minute and it's very important. So, see you tomorrow. Bye. I can get off.